Today's meditation, our Monday morning meditation. Now, if you haven't joined me for meditation before, really the idea of these sessions is just to give you an opportunity to just tune in and drop in as your week starts. And today's meditation, we're going to be talking about insight and intuition, because there's definitely a sense that we're kind of coming through to a place of just feeling the energy rising, feeling a sense of hopefulness, but it can feel a bit confusing to know what to focus on. You know, what is it that what's most in need of my attention? And our meditation practice can be a really useful way to drop into being able to do just that. So in this practice today, it's really simple practice. We're just going to be tuning in, feeling what does it feel like in my body today, because often we're so busy that we don't do that. And then we're going to just notice what's asking for my attention today, and then we'll put our attention there. So whereas sometimes in meditation practice we can choose, say, the breath to focus on, or we can choose something outside to focus on, in this practice we're going to focus on, we're just going to choose something, whatever is the most obvious, we'll give that our full attention. So if you've got discomfort somewhere in your body, or there's even if there's a thought that keeps coming, or there's a sound that's disturbing you, we're just going to give whatever it is that's the most obvious your attention, and use that insight of, this, just trusting that whatever needs your attention needs your attention. And it's really interesting what happens when we pay attention to stuff in our body, particularly in our body, because sensations change, they shift, and sometimes we can get clues about our underlying state just by paying attention like that, particularly if there's discomfort. So if you haven't meditated with me before, the two things to know are, first of all, that there's no special postures or positions that you need. You just need to find yourself in a comfortable seat. Now, your most comfortable seat is it could be even in your office chair, it could be sitting up in bed, and whatever is the most comfortable for you, that is the best position. And the second thing to know is that we're not trying to empty our mind. So if as we meditate together, thoughts come up, that's absolutely fine, and it's actually what's supposed to happen. Our minds are these thinking machines, and that's just like our nose smells and our ears hear, our mind thinks, and so that's what's going to happen. And if that happens, your only role in the meditation, your job is to notice that you've been distracted and come back. That's it. Oh, I've got a yawn coming. So it's as simple as that. So we just notice when our mind's been distracted and bring it back. And even if you have to do that 100 times, that doesn't matter. Actually, that moment of noticing and coming back, that is the practice. That is how we train our capacity to be where we choose, be in this moment. And we train our attention that's what we want it to do. So it's like training a puppy. If you've ever trained a puppy and you've got to constantly make it come and sit back next to you, we're just doing that with our attention. And it has all sorts of benefits to how we downregulate that sort of reactivity in our mind, and also our ability to think more clearly and be where we are. So gently closing down your eyes and just noticing how it is right now for you. Monday morning, if you're watching this now, it can be an interesting time of our mind wanting to wander off. The day's starting and there's a sense of needing to rush into it. And see if you can come back to being right here, right now. And we'll take our attention and place it on the very tips of our fingers. So without moving the fingers, just let your full focus rest there. And there might be other things, there might be other sounds or sensations or thoughts. And that's okay. We're just trying to take the main focus of our attention onto our fingertips and just allow those other things to come and go. And you might notice after a moment that there's a gentle tingling or buzzing in the fingers, like a gentle vibration or humming. And if you don't feel anything in your fingers, that's okay too. But if you are feeling sensation there, that's just your nervous system responding to your attention. Your fingers preparing for movement. responding to you turning inwards. And if your mind's wandering, just bring it back to the fingertips. Just moment by moment, connecting the mind and the body. And seeing if you can add your toes to your awareness now. So your fingers and your toes are in your awareness. And your mind might have all sorts of stories about what we're doing and whether it's worthwhile. That's okay. That's the mind's job. And just gently allow your awareness to spill across the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet, traveling up the ankles to the knees, and from the knees all the way along the thighs and into the hips. Seeing if you can notice how the chair can support your body, that actually you can let your muscles go just a little bit more, just allow them to relax. Just notice where you're holding on. Just allow things to soften. Maybe there'll be a heaviness or a lightness to the legs. And then from your hands in your lap, noticing the weight of your hands in your lap and allowing your awareness to travel up your wrists and your forearms, all the way up to the crook of your arm, and then up the tops of the arms. Noticing those points where the arms touching the sides of the body, and all the way up to the shoulders. And seeing if you can notice, just like how the chair is supporting the legs, that your arms can also just relax and let go. Perhaps feeling the weight of the arms, allowing the shoulders to pull away from the ears, softening. Noticing if the shoulders are rounding forwards, or if there's tension, just not with any intention of moving it on or changing it, but just to notice. And sometimes that act of noticing can be enough to shift things and change things. And then noticing the chest and the belly, your whole body and your awareness now, just noticing how that feels. The forehead, the jaw. Maybe there's a softening through your whole body, just allowed by this act of noticing. And as we've guided our body to stillness, we can notice what bubbles up to the surface in our awareness. So from this place of having your whole body in your awareness, notice if there's anything just asking for a bit more attention. Allow yourself to trust your own intuition about what's asking for attention. Is there sensitivity or discomfort? Or maybe there's a pleasant sensation somewhere in the body. Just notice. Maybe the belly, the heart space, maybe somewhere small like your elbow or your knee. You just notice where most wants your attention right now. Or is it a thought or a sound? See if instead of resisting what's asking for your attention, which is what we often try to do, see if you can instead allow it to be where your focus goes. So if that's a sensation in the body, see if you can just allow your full focus to rest there, just as we did with the rest of the body. Allowing yourself to notice where exactly is asking for attention. Is it one spot? Can you sense to the edges of where it needs attention? Is there any sensations of warmth or heat or cooling in that place? If it's a thought, what does it look like? Without getting caught up in the thoughts about what you're experiencing, see if you can experience the raw sensations. And when your mind wanders, just gently bring it back to this point that needs, or this place that needs attention. Perhaps even asking the question, what do you need? Perhaps it needs a hand placed somewhere on the body. Perhaps that's what would soothe or soften. Allow yourself to trust that you'll know what you need. Giving it your full awareness. And as you, with your full awareness in that place, wherever it might be, and whatever the sensation is, allowing yourself to breathe deeply into that space. Now, obviously, we don't breathe really into that space, but we just imagine that as we breathe in, that the air, the nourishment we breathe in travels to that point, filling it up. And as we breathe out, imagining that it floods that area with whatever it needs. Breathing in all the way into wherever needs it, trusting yourself that you know. Breathing out, allowing it to wash over and into and around that space. Taking a few breaths, coming back when your mind wanders. And now bringing your awareness back to the very tips of the fingers. Noticing that while your attention was with whatever was asking for your awareness, that your fingertips are still there, and as you pay attention, maybe that gentle tingling returns, that you feel that gentle awareness. And we'll take 3 slower than usual breaths. So breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose all the way down to the belly. And a final slow deep breath, breathing in through the nose. And then breathing out through the nose. And letting the breath find its natural rhythm. Returning movement to the fingers and the toes. And gently blinking open the eyes. And just noticing. It's all about noticing. And so often we feel like we've got to take action and do things. And when we notice without taking action, it actually allows us to start to notice the impulse to want to do things, which means that then we create space for choice.